Hey, what's going on these back roads and these page streets? It is your girl Keisha, and tonight is not the homesteading channel again. My name is Keisha from Just Asking for a Friend, and this is my co-host Kizzy Nichols.
Hello, everyone.
You guys have just entered Two Truths and One Mic.
We the top 10, UGK the major, way not play it, don't stop here. Traffic lights, we going, know the time until the clock near. Bands on road, we doing digi to the whole block clear. Yo, what you got there? Oh, did you not hear? And he's taking over and we got the whole shop, yeah. Her, she wanna know me better, but I'm on the top 10. Gotta match my energy, you see I'm in the top, yeah, it's top 10. Hey, now I'm in blessed mode, did you forget, bro? Put G.O.D. first and nothing less, no. On a radar per release, per request, yo. Life is like a dice game, that's a bet though. Is you bugging, that's a dub. Shoulder shrug to the stub. Tell them hit the squatty up. See a line of cars meet up. Nah, don't bother us. Windows fogging up. If she in a passenger, then you know she fine as damn.
We lit.
Okay. Anyway, you guys, we are talking about generational curses tonight. And I've got to start it off by saying that if you want to break generational curses, the first thing you have to do is choose. You have to be able and willing to learn and heal, from whatever traumas that you have.
Yes, that is so true. You got to be able to heal. And you got to recognize it first in order to know that you need that healing, to know that you're even involved in that. So that's so true, Keisha. I agree with that.
All right. So the next thing I feel like is you want to refuse. Like you need to not pass down things to your children. Like for a fact that your mom or your dad was a drunk for most of your life, or your mom or your dad they did drugs, or they had gambling problems and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're not passing that same thing down to your children and putting those same afflictions on your kids.
So that is so true too, because, again, you got to recognize that that's the issue first. You got to see that within yourself. And if you know that about that it was done to you, then you got to be careful and see if you're doing that as well.
Right.
And that's how you break the generational curse, by recognizing it first.
Exactly. I mean, I have to agree with you 100%, because, for instance, like, the type of things that you grew up, dealing with, and you definitely don't want your kids dealing with the same things.
Exactly. So let's see who we got in the chat, Keisha. What you think?
Let's see. Who we got?
All right. So looks like Rod from Point Blank Experiences in the chat.
Hi, Rod.
Hello. Said looking forward to this conversation. Right. And then look like I'll say Mr. Nichols from Nichols Journey Extra is in the house.
What's going on? That's my big brother D.
Yeah, that's right. He said, "Good evening, beautiful queen, Miss Keisha, and everyone in the channel, in the chat." I think he mean. All right, somebody named Hill. Let's see who this is. Oh, they're saying hi. Hi, that's hi, and they're saying hi.
Well, hi. How are you doing, Hill? Oh no, hi. I'm sorry. Hi.
Yeah, he said, I mean. So Desmond said, I mean the chat. Points Blank Experience says, oh, they speaking. He said, what up, Des? And good evening, Keisha and Kizzy. All right.
Oh, I see we got Fatima. Hey, Fatima.
Fatima says, hey, Keisha and the Nichols. Hello, Fatima. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah. All right. There's welcome. So, yeah, that's down to the end.
All right. Okay. So I feel like another thing you need to do is like confront your traumas, avoid, like, you know what I'm saying? So in order to confront so a lot of times we sit there and we'll avoid things. Like we know that we're having certain problems and we'll just avoid it and just kind of try to look past it, knowing that, we may be struggling. Because let's talk about it. If, say, for instance, if you don't handle it, then it will bottle up inside of you. And that's, I think that's where a lot of, like, you know, mental issues come from, in my opinion. And then I also think that that's where a lot of addictions come from as well, because
Yes.
you're not confronting it, you're not handling the situation that you were raised with. So therefore, a lot of times people go to substances, and it, to just cope with
Yeah.
everyday life.
Yeah, that's true. And anybody that has ever been in that situation, like that's an addict or someone that's an alcoholic, they'll tell you that it came from trauma.
Hmm.
And like you said, and that trauma sometimes it'd be the stuff that's bottled up on the inside of them. So I agree with you. You have to confront it first. You got to get in front of it and say, hey, this is my issue. How
Hmm.
can I fix it? So
Right.
when it's bottled up inside of you and you don't share that with nobody, you don't talk about it to nobody, you don't get it out of your body at all, it's just going to continue to grow inside of you.
Right. And I think that type of stuff leads to stress and other health I'm sorry, health problems later on down the line.
Yes, I agree. So look like we have Jerry in here. Jerry
Oh,
Allen.
Jerry Allen. Hey, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yep. So,
Uh,
let's
okay.
see. Okay, and then also you have to learn what no one taught you. I know some family members to this day still talk about, well, my mom and my dad, they didn't teach me that. So,
Mhm.
I feel like, sometimes we use that as an excuse, right? To say that my mom, my dad, they didn't teach us. Like, well, the reason why I blow all my money and I have to come to you every month, mom, is because you didn't teach me about finances. Or
Right.
the
Right.
reason why you know, well, I probably don't need to use that example, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's a like a pattern. You feel like they use that as maybe like an excuse or a crutch,
Yes.
because even if they didn't teach you, there's a whole thing called YouTube University, and you can learn pretty much anything you want on it.
Yeah, and some more things. We on YouTube, so we could use that platform, but it's a lot of other platforms. It's no excuse for us not knowing. I don't care what it is that we have to do or what it is. Once we confront it and recognize it and say that this is the issue, then we can look it up and see how to fix it. And it may not be the first time you run into something that you see. It may not be the first one that fix you, but you got to keep searching and keep looking. That's just like a job. You get a job, you realize that job ain't for you, you leave that job and you go to
Mhm.
another job. You keep searching and researching until you find the right thing so that you can fix yourself, because you should love you more than anybody else love you. So
Right, right. And that's another thing, learning how to love yourself.
absolutely.
Because you sometimes you feel like, well, sometimes your parents would have inflicted like their trauma on you, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's just like a passed down thing. So, you know, I may not feel like I'm good enough at times or whatever. So that may be an issue too. Like, you have parents that nag, and they'll even do it, like, why are you not like your brother, or why are you not like your sister, and
Yeah.
comparing you to other siblings and things like that.
And that is so bad to say, because it happens, and it happens every day. It has happened in the past. It has caused people to run away from home. It has caused people to do a lot of different things that they probably wouldn't have done had they not been treated that way. But again, once you realize that, look, this is why I'm out here doing this is why I'm like this, that's when
Mhm.
you gotta work on, like you say, it's a lot of things that trigger you to do something else. And breaking that generational curse, only you are in control of that. And you
Right.
got to break it, because if you don't, then you'll take that out. That pain that you have inside, or those emotions that you have inside of you, you'll take it out on somebody else. And it all started from you having those issues beforehand. We got somebody else in the chat. Brady, thank you for being here. I think it's
Hey, thanks for being here.
um, let's see. I think I seen somebody. Oh, Fatima say everybody over here now. She's like, get over here right now. Um, Rod said, Fatima, I was wondering why I couldn't see your comments on the laptop, but I could see them on my phone. Okay, yeah. Big Rick is in the house. Hello, Big Rick. Big Rick say, "What's up, y'all?
Hey, Big Rick.
Good to
Thank
see
you for
you."
being here.
Let's see.
Jake said, "Hey, just asking for a friend, and the nickels, 2 nickels make a whole dime." Hello.
Hey, Jax. Hello,
Hear
Jax.
me.
2 nickels make a whole dime. He has to say it, y'all. He can't help it. Um, let's see what else. Look like I'm missing one.
Let me see.
Mr. Nichols says blow.
Oh, he
Well,
said
all
blow
your,
off. Oh,
yeah,
doggone.
go ahead. Yeah, that's
Oh
it.
no, no. He's hold on, I can't see. Okay. It says blow all your money thinking you gonna spend mine. Ooh, you better preach,
Oh,
brother. You better preach
oh,
it.
oh,
Because I got some kin folks that will sit there and blow all of their money and call me at the end of the at the end of the month towards the beginning of the month, and then think I'm supposed to pay their bills. You got to do with what you wanted to do with your money, but you won't. You know what I'm saying? You want
right.
to spend mine on bills, but you
Yeah,
doing this right here in the club with your money. No, we're not doing that.
yeah, you better break that generational curse because you're gonna be without.
Okay.
And then he said the struggle is real. Then get mad when your parents with your parents because you blew your money and then won't let you blow theirs. That's right. Show
Oh,
right.
yeah. A lot of them will let you blow it because then they go into narcissistic traits themselves because they'll be going on about some. Well, you're the reason why I'm broke. I'm like, how, Sway? Yeah.
Right. I think Fatima says
What?
I oh yeah. Oh, guess what? She just said what you said.
What she say?
Click on Fatima.
Let me see. Oh, I'm hitting wrong stuff. Shoot. I don't want to end the live, y'all. I'm about to mess up some stuff. Where is it? Fatima. Oh, narcissistic family.
Yeah, I barely can
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Yep, narcissistic family. She right. Absolutely. Let's see. J3. Everybody is speaking. Uh, oh, what's going on? Rich black man is in the building.
Rich
Hey,
Black
Rich.
Man. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. So, also setting boundaries with your family. Yeah. Um. So sometimes you gotta, that, your mom, your dad, whomever, you know, sometimes they will guilt you, they're getting old and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of times you got to set boundaries with them as well and be like, look, um I love you, you're my parent, but you can't let them guilt you either,
right.
because I know a lot of times, shoot, I would be taking more care of the parent than they taking care of me. I'm worried about their emotional well-being and stuff, versus, the other way around. You're supposed to be worried about me. I'm trying
Right.
to make sure you not, laid up drunk somewhere. Did you get home all right? And things like that. When it should be the opposite. You should be trying to figure out where I am. I'm not supposed to be the most responsible person in the room.
Right. Right. And then too, it's a lot of times where, like you say, they'll give you that guilt trip, they'll make you feel bad. That's a generational curse too, because that's passed down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you know anything, if you don't break that, you'll be saying the same thing to your children. Well, I'm the parent, you should be doing this for me, and I'm this or I'm that, and I need stuff, and you got it, making you feel bad. So like
Yeah.
you said, Keisha, you have to set boundaries. You have
Right.
to, and then you got to fix and work on yourself. That's the only way you're gonna break it. Like you just can't keep repeating the cycle over and over and over again. You
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah. Shoot. I remember I used to, like with finances and things like that, I used to have to hide my money from my dad. From my dad. Girl, I had some good hiding spots too.
okay. So we got warm, strong adventures in here. Bill,
Okay.
hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's some more people.
Hey, Bill. I just realized what you said.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for being here. And Keisha H is in the building.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. Okay. Hey, Keisha H. And it's somebody else. I can't see
I
who
don't
that
know.
is. I don't know
Yeah,
who that is.
I don't either.
Um, it's okay doing no problems. I don't know what he mean. Okay.
All
Keisha,
right.
it's good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so the next one is holding yourself accountable, even when others make excuses for you.
Oh, that's a good one, Keisha. That's a real good one because a lot of times we will not hold ourselves accountable. We will
Mm-hmm.
not do it. I mean, we'll find every other excuse it is except us. And we'll blame you for what we did and say it was
Mm-hmm.
your fault. But
Right.
it started with me, like I'll be like, well, that it was them. They made me do it or whatever. It's like they hear that from the past, from the parents or
Mm-hmm.
whomever, and they carry that on. And that's a good one. Accountability.
Right.
You cannot hold somebody else accountable for you. If you are doing something in a certain way and your parents did it, then it's up to you to break that. It's up to you to change that, break the cycle, make the difference, and have a different cycle. Like change it up, move it around. Don't let that be. It don't have to be that way because your mom did it or your dad did it. You can change.
All right. And then learning how to accept apologies and apologize even if you were the one that wrong. So sometimes, like, for instance, you know, our parents, when they come to us and they do realize, hey, I may have been wrong, the way I treated you when you were younger, or even with your own kids, if you see that you're doing wrong with your children, then you need to go back and apologize to them and say, hey,
Yes.
I've been doing wrong, but I would like to apologize for the way I made you feel all these years. I realized
Yes.
that, I wasn't treating you right and things like that, and then try to move on from there, because it's never
Yes.
too late to try to
Right.
fix a wrong.
Yes. Keisha, you are spot on now. I know you don't know this about me,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to do that. I
Mm-hmm.
know you didn't know that, but you are spot on. I had to do that with my children because I had realized that it was some things that I done. Because see, there is no manual. There is no, and if it is, I didn't go research starting out as a young parent. So I had to call my children, and I did it. I called them because it was a matter of fixing you, as I just said. You cannot do anything and tell somebody that they need to hold themselves accountable, and then they're not doing it themselves. That's just fake to me. So when I said that earlier, that's why I said that, because you have to hold yourself accountable. And I called them and told them, look, I ain't the best. I haven't been the best mother, and there's no excuses. I have not been the best mother, but I can tell you this: I did the best that I could at the time, and I'm sorry for what I did that hurt you or made you feel some kind of way. And I reassured them, which they already know that I love them, but I reassured them of that love and what I thought that was love, or how I, raised them or whatever. And you know what? They were so humble till they understood. They understood and they said, you know what, mama, we love you for telling us that. I called each one of them individually. And they was like, we love you for saying that. That means a lot to us, knowing that you even, because you didn't have to do that, but
Right.
that was the fact of saying, hey, this is what I feel, and this is how I feel. And I want y'all to know that, I made some mistakes along the way. We had some bumps in the road. I could have did better. I didn't do it.
Right. I think as a parent, yeah, there's stuff that we probably got a whole list that'll fall to the floor and roll
Oh
of
yeah.
things that we did wrong while raising our kids. you
Absolutely.
know,
Absolutely.
and a lot of it does come from, our parents or whatnot. But
Yeah.
like you said, we gotta learn. We gotta learn that, hey,
Accountability.
yeah, you have to learn that's not acceptable, and
Right.
then kids do need an apology.
Exactly. So we got Indiana Funny Farms in here.
Hey,
Hello,
Indiana
hello.
Funny Farms.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you
Looks
for
like
coming.
I think I seen somebody else, Keisha, but I might have missed them.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay. I don't
okay.
see it. If I did miss your name, please comment again below so we can catch it.
All right. So another one is, choosing faith therapy and self work instead of silence. Just
Yeah.
keeping it all bottled up inside.
Yeah. Because and that's so true. So those of you that know me, I'm going there. So everything that we face in life, there's a situation for it in the word
Mhm.
of God. So of
Yeah.
course you gotta fix, you got that faith that you can go to that word and find it. And that'll help heal you too. Just as if you were going to a counselor or something like that, that'll help heal you. We're bad about like not wanting to go see no counselor or anything like that, but you don't never know what may help you
Hmm.
until you try it.
Right.
You have to try it. And as you said, those are the things that line up with helping you break those generational curses. And if you love yourself and you love your children and your family enough to say, hey, we're not having another generation of this. Whatever that this is, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be lying, it could be cheating, it could be stealing, it could be cursing, whatever that generational curse is, you can break it, but you have got to do it starting with you. You
Right.
got
I still ain't quite got that cursing one out my system yet.
believe it or not, and the only reason why I said it is because I had to break that one.
No.
My mom was a my mom was a cursor to the heart,
What you say?
and
She
she
was
was
professional.
she was so professional till she made it look good, so good until I practiced listening to her. And so when she did, I was sitting in the hall and listening, like, oh yeah, I'm a curse just like that. And I did. I was practicing in the hallway, and I did. I cursed just like that. And y'all, I know husband and wife supposed to stick together, all this stuff, but you might see some comments in a few minutes from my husband telling you that yes, it is true, y'all. She did. And I mean, it was bad. And my children got a chance to see the curse being broken. Because, like I say, it was natural. It was like a regular conversation. It was comfortable. It felt good to do those things because I seen my parents do it. And I thought it was cool. I couldn't wait till I got grown so I could curse too. And I did. I mean, I went there. I went all the way there. But with help, with like you said, what you called out faith,
Hmm.
all of these things.
Faith and therapy and self work.
Yep, and it was all of that. It was faith, it was therapy, and it was self work because I felt like I owe it to myself to make the change. And not that I'm perfect. That was just one thing I worked on that was real hard for me. And that was hard. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I don't know how it feels to be addicted to like a drug or something, but that felt like an addiction because it was comfortable for me. I felt good about it. I could tell you off in curse words and work my neck and all that like that.
Oh, the neck.
Yeah, yeah. It felt good about it afterwards. I told her, I told him, but I had
Said
to
I
break.
told her. I told
Yeah,
you.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. But I had to break it. And with God and with time, He helped me break it. And so now, and when I got mad, when I got mad, it was double time. It was double time. But I can thankfully say that I'm grateful for the grace that I got to be able to stop cursing. And I don't ever want to go back. I don't ever want to go back. I find words to say and use not to look. I told you it was coming. I knew it was coming.
What do you
And
say?
he said, "Yep." I knew that was coming. That used to be Mrs. Nichols. That's what it looked like. He said. I think,
Okay.
yep, that used to be her. No lies told. He said, yep, that was it. But I was, what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for not cursing, not being cursing like that anymore. But I'm also grateful that my children got a chance to see it. And believe this or not, my oldest daughter, She's not cursing anymore.
Oh, that's good.
And it happened right at the best time because she had our grandson,
Uh-huh.
and so he would have picked that up from her.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, children will hear what they, even at a young age now, they will hear it and they will curse right along with you and embarrass you in front of people. Indiana Funny Farm say I can picture her with the working neck.
And I told her.
Told her. I bet you I told him. Nichols Journey Extra say now, on the other hand, jump on the wrong side of the fence, and I'll spell that language out for you.
He said, "You ain't got to curse. He'll do it for you. He'll ride or die." I love that about him.
It gets tough. Keisha H, you see that message? Yeah.
Okay.
Keisha H says, LOL, phew, my mouth, believe it or not, needs some of Miss Cheryl's soap for a good washing sometimes. Keisha H, I get it. I do. I get it. But Tima says, families that fight each other and then brag like it's okay. Yes, that's a generational curse. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Had that in my family. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Have that in my family. Yeah. That is a generational curse that needs to be broken.
I'm gonna tell y'all, at my daddy's funeral, everybody got to fighting. It was like, yeah. So she ain't lying. Like family, they'll fight, but which in their defense, I guess everybody wasn't family. So it was like blessed in family mixed with the blood.
And look, and like she said, fist fight each other and then brag about it like it's okay. I'm telling you.
Oh, I got a cousin. Her and her daughter got to fighting. She hit her own mama like that, and down. You know, that's unacceptable. You know, my mama done said a lot of stuff. But I ain't never hauled out and popped my mama.
No, indeed.
But she ain't lying. You got family, they'll fight and then sit there and be bragging about it, talking about some, yeah. They were bragging to each other, talking about, yeah, I almost got you. I almost had you too.
And look, we'll go and talk about it to other people. Yeah, did you see how I beat her in the face? I did this, and they're like, that's your sister.
Okay, crazy.
What kind of mess is that? All right.
What kind of people raised y'all?
Desmond says, let it be known that I'm agreeing with I'm agreeing with my wife. She has made a tremendous change. I'm thankful for her in so many ways. I'm thankful for you too. We working. It's a work in progress. Somebody write up under the name. I can't see what that Jacob is.
Yeah. What is it? Son Jacob.
Son Jacob.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it says. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome in.
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keisha H, come on down a little bit further.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you see it?
I think Mr. Nichols said something, but I know something. But it's
she says I knew we was related. Keisha H, LOL, and Keisha H said, laughing out loud, we sure are. Yeah.
So it's the real thing, like you say, Keisha. It's a real thing, and for those that's in the comments or those that's watching the replay, just know that if you have this generational curse, you can break it. People say, well, my grandmama did this and my granddaddy did this and my mama did it and I got to do it. No, you don't have to do it.
Right.
You can break it if you want to. If you really want to, you can break it.
Right. Like, for instance, my grandmother, I think I've told this story, but my grandmother wanted me to stay with an ex, even though he was cheating because he was paying bills. And I was like, I don't care who bills he pay. Pay yours, mine, and somebody else's. And I don't care. He still got to go, And then, like I said, back in the day, grandma stayed with Paw, even though he was out doing whatever with whomever.
Long as he paid them bills.
Yeah, because as long as he was paying them bills, and they kept quiet. and then it just passed on to
Yep.
other generations, and
Yep.
like, no, what you're not gonna do is mistreat Keisha and just think you finna walk up in the house like, hey, no,
Yep.
bye.
I have seen them say, baby, let me tell you something. As
Mhm.
long as he's paying them bills, you don't worry about what they doing to you. And some people take
Mhm.
that and run with it, get beat upside their head, black
Yep.
eyes every other month.
Mhm.
And as long as they paying them bills, they all right with it. And that's no, no, you shouldn't even be relying on somebody to that point. Somebody wait a minute
Who
right
said
here.
who hit they mom? Oh, my,
Yeah.
oh, my crazy cousins. Oh, hey, Homesteader Rachel.
I was gonna
Homesteader
say
Rachel
right
is
below.
in the
Yeah.
building. How you
Hello,
doing?
hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Fatima says profanity is a hard one for me too. So what I try to do is use replacement words, example, instead of Now Fatima, that's one that I would suggest, and this is just a suggestion. I'm not telling nobody what to do with their life. That's your life. You can do what you want. That's one that needs to be corrected quickly because if you look at it, look what it says.
She said, "God darn it," instead of "God
Yeah, do you see
dang
what
it."
it says? The second one. Do you see what that says?
Uh huh.
So so we need to be careful using that one, especially
Oh, you talking about
because
the second one? Don't you? Well, you
because
making
that one,
strides, Fatima, because you doing real
yeah,
good. Because
yeah.
hold
God
on,
darn
people
it.
don't know this, but I curse like a drunken sailor.
But
But I'm trying to be better. I am.
but
Hold on.
but but what she's saying is the God darn it is replacement for that one. And
Yeah.
if anybody, if I would to suggest to anybody, that would be the one I would say you to work on first because that one is just a no.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Nope, nope. Keisha said nope, nope, nope. What? I missed something.
Right? Okay, welcome in. Nope.
What's going on, Shamika? Shamika is in the
Hey, entrepreneur.
house. It's good to see
Hello.
you.
Good to see you. Put it up there. What's it? Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, so breaking generational curses sometimes mean that you have to walk alone. Right. So
Hmm.
what I mean by walking alone is you have to be willing to walk away. You know, I'm gonna walk away from my toxic family because they are toxic. You know,
Yes.
just
Yes.
because people are your blood, you know, does not make them your real family. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care what the definition is. Just because y'all share the same DNA some type of way does not
Hmm.
make them family.
You
Like,
better
and
say
even
it.
some people have to walk away from their toxic mamas. You know, some people's mamas are really toxic. Like,
Yes.
yeah, so it don't matter who they are. If they are not contributing to the your mental health, if they're bad for your mental health, if they are, bad for your spirit, your soul, whatever, you
Yes.
have going
Yes.
on, you just got to let them go. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
And
That's right.
love them to death from a distance. You
From
know
a
what I'm saying?
distance.
Like,
That's what I was finna say. From a
go
distance.
over there
Yes.
with
Keisha, give me 1 second. I need to pull up my avatar right quick. I
that.
need to
Okay.
grab something.
All right. No, no, no.
I'm still here though.
Okay, Fatima said blood is thinner than water. That part. Yeah.
Yeah, say that, Fatima. Say that
Right.
again.
Yeah, say it louder for them people in the back that didn't hear
Yeah,
you.
please say that for the people in the back.
Because like I said, people that share your DNA are not always your family. You have some friends that'll ride with you harder than your family. You have some people that'll clap for you when you make accomplishments harder than your family.
Yes. Yes.
Every time you do something positive, they it's like it just hurts their soul. You know what I'm saying? To see you doing good in life.
Ain't
I
that the
mean,
truth?
just crushing their little spirits.
And that's when they need to check themselves. My goodness. If you can't be happy for someone else being successful in any way, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong because there's no way that I'm going to be upset with you about something that you accomplished. I mean, and we see it all the time. We content creators, we see it all the time.
Mhm.
Uh, if one get monetized before the other one, or if one get 100 subscribers before the other one, they be frowning. But guess what? I love it
Okay.
because I wanna celebrate with you as if it's me. So
Right.
when I do become that to that point, if somebody got to be in the front, somebody got to be behind. Break that curse of jealousy. That's a generational curse.
Sure
Break
is.
that
It's
generational
right.
curse because I mean, why would you be jealous of someone or envy of someone for their success?
Right.
I'm happy for those that make it. I'm happy for them as if it's me making it because I want to see me get there and I want you to be happy for me as well.
Right. And you were saying that jealousy is a generational curse, and you are absolutely right. And
It is.
sometimes the parents will pit children against the other child, and
Mhm.
is my internet, am I froze?
No, you're not frozen.
Okay, okay, I was looking crazy. It's like I was moving in slow motion for a minute. I didn't know if I was froze.
No,
But
you good.
yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. Your parents will pit one child against the other one, and well, yeah, see, because you're not like your brother, or you're not like your sister or stuff like that, and it,
Yeah.
it does, it instills like, well, where y'all are basically competing for love, and ain't nobody trying to do that either.
And it should not be that.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing a parent could say to a child.
Mhm.
You really just kill that child's momentum. You change a whole lot in that child's life when you do that. And you didn't just break one, you just added another curse to what you already was doing. Because if you're doing that, trust me, you already did something else too. Let's go to the chat. We got I don't know who Grayson is. We're not for sure. But Keisha H says, "Amen to the toxicity." Wait a minute.
This.
This.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so true. Mr. Nichols says, "Just because we share the same DNA, don't mean we family." He says that all the time, y'all. He says that all the time.
And he is
Uh,
absolutely right.
uh, Point blank said, "I'm watching that closely." Des. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Which
they on
one?
they on top of it right there.
Oh,
Jerry Allen said, "Can you click on hers because it's small?" Say,
okay.
"I used to be able to go out."
Oh, did
Yeah,
it go? Okay.
there it is. I used to be able to go. I used to be able to out curse a drunken sailor on a Saturday night, but I ain't. God, I ain't all the way to deliver it. But I am more than on my way. Okay, I got it. I got you. Look, if you make one step, he'll make two. That's all I got to say about that. You already know that, Jerry Allen. You already know, Jerry. Let's see. Fatima says family members. See, Keisha.
Let's see.
Family members using Bible scripture to manipulate you. Yes, that is a generational curse. You should not use the word for to manipulate anybody or make them feel judged. That's not what it's for. It's not a weapon for that. It's a weapon, but not for that. And you
Yeah.
should not use it to manipulate people. That's wrong. That's not right. That's not right. That's a good one too, Fatima, because that
Yeah.
happens a lot of
So
times.
a lot of times they'll say, even though they know they in the wrong, they'll be like, you supposed to honor thy mother and thy father, or your days will not be long on this earth. I'll be like, come on now. It also the Bible also says, don't cause your child to wrath for something. What?
Yeah,
I
that's
ain't
right.
saying
You
I'm
right.
just
You
that
own it.
quote no
You
Bible
own it.
scriptures, but
You
I'm
own
just
it. You
saying,
own it. You're right.
like
Yeah, you
sometimes you
shouldn't
gotta throw
provoke
that
your
Bible
child
right
to
back
wrath.
at them. Like, don't do
Yeah,
too much.
you can't provoke them to wrath. That is so true. That's true. Mr. Nichols says when it comes down to there you go. When it comes down to choosing between blood and water, for some reason, these days water seems to be than thick like molasses, laughing my butt off. Blood is like the sheet of that one ply tissue. Did you have to use?
Said one plantation. Yeah.
Y'all don't pay Mr. Nichols no attention up in there.
Okay. And then another way they use the Bible the other way they use the Bible, even like with husbands and wives, because they family too. Okay, husbands will sit there and say, "What is it? Shoot, what was it?
Follow
Where
me
did it
on
go?
the head. I can tell you right now.
Wives supposed to submit to their husband when they know you're not even submit worthy, sir. You're doing all the wrong things. I'm going to submit to what?
They forget that other part, Keisha, where that
Yeah.
they supposed to follow God. If
Yes,
they
yes.
following Him, then yeah, we have no problem submitting. And which we supposed to submit. That's what it
Yeah, we
says.
are supposed to
But they
submit,
have a
but
job to do too as
yeah,
well.
and if you're not doing your job, I probably can't do mine. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Point blank says, great point, Ed Fatima. Sounds
Yeah.
so many people do that, and they do. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Another
All right. Can you
another one
click
is
Jerry?
spirit. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
What
all
were
right.
you saying?
I was saying, could you click Jerry's?
Okay, hold on one moment. Where is Jerry's?
Right below points blank.
Uh,
I think she says, I can pay my own bills. I
okay,
don't, yeah,
I'm sorry.
don't need no one, a man that think he can stay here, but play over there. Yeah, that's right. Not happening. If he think he can stay here and play over there, or she thinks she can stay here and play over there, that ain't happening. You right. I'm with you. Just skip past my husband. Y'all don't pay him.
What did he say?
He just being funny. Fatima say, growing up, all I heard was honor your parents. However, when I grew up, after studying the Bible on my own, I learned don't provoke your child to anger. We just said that.
Yes.
Fatima, you own it, Fatima. Now
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about. You got to know the word in order to use it.
Hold
That's
on,
right.
and don't forget that spare the rod, spoil the child one. That was a famous one too.
Desmond says, my Jen, Miss Jerry says,
Oh, let me
can you
try
click
to
on
click
it? Because
on
I
it. Yeah.
cannot, it's
Is this
small
it?
down there. Yeah, Miss Jerry says she, like Jesse James, she can do bad by herself. She don't need no help. I hear you over there, Miss Jerry. Mr. Nichols is too much. Go ahead, Keisha.
All right. So okay, well, I think we already touched on it, but it says becoming the example for future generations that will thank you.
Yes, yes. That is so needed today. You know, you gotta set some good examples, and you need to, don't just do it when somebody's watching, because it'll backfire on you, because just when you think somebody's not watching, that's when they are. That's when you go somewhere. Have you ever been somewhere out of town and you thought you was, you and that person was the only two people in that town that you knew, or out of state or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you look up and you hear about somebody seeing you over there. So just when you think that you by yourself, or you think that ain't nobody watching or didn't see you, that's when you get caught. So and it's the way that you get seen. The light gonna come out. It's gonna come out regardless. So
It's crazy because I can go to Vegas and see somebody I know. I'd be like, "Why are you here with me?" Like, I left there to get away from you people, and you didn't follow me to Vegas.
but you will see some people. Sometimes you don't see them, but you will sometimes see people in the strangest places. Like you thought you was the only one that's gonna go there, but no, it's people everywhere.
I mean,
Point blank said,
oh, I can't. Well, I was going to. Let me try to go back to the comments real quick. Let's see, where is it? Is that it?
It's above it, right above that.
Ah,
He says, man, Des, I'm trying to think of who sings that without using Google. Don't tell me. And then Jesse James. And then Indiana Funny Farm is right below it, said, doesn't bother me too much when people cuss until they start taking the Lord's name in vain.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just sometimes I will excuse myself when it's a lot of cursing, because believe it or not, I say this all the time, what you take in, it takes root, and it grows. So you have to be careful what you take in. And I don't want to go back there. I do not. I do not. It ain't no shade to nobody that's cursing or nothing like that. It's just that I don't want to do it for me, because I feel so much better not doing it. And I've found, I thought it was I had got so good with the cursing, and that's a shame to say, but it's true. I had got so good with the cursing that I didn't even think it was another way to say something else. Because I was so used to doing it. But
I be trying, but I be like, it ain't coming, it ain't hitting like it used to.
It ain't hit like it used to. In case you
Sure. But yeah. So you guys, it is about that time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're gonna drop the mic, y'all. So the mic has been dropped. So anybody who wants to come up can come up. I'm gonna use my favorite mod in the world. I only got two. I'm gonna have three after today, but I only got two. Favorite mod. He did it. Okay, he dropped it.
Look at him cutting up. Go ahead, favorite mod in the world. This is the time that you might want to come up and say something or bring your thoughts to the table, or something that you may hit on that we didn't. Say I will.
Who's that?
Big Rick say I will.
Oh, he will. Oh, you gonna come up, Big Rick?
I don't know if he was what he's saying. I will too, but he said I will.
I will. Okay. I don't know.
Rod's got something. Rod said, "Well,
hold on. Let's see if Rod gonna come up. Rod, you gonna pick up the mic?
He got a comment says, "Well, I'm a retired sailor, so I can't cuss for real."
Who said that?
Look at the one right below Indiana Funny Farms. I think that's what it says. It's small, but I think I got it right.
I was still on the media. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to navigate through StreamYard, y'all.
That's all right.
That fruit.
All right. So anybody that wants to come up, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts. And as long as you're respectful and decent, we're good with it.
Yes.
And that don't mean that you can't curse. That don't mean that. That just means respectful of other people's feelings and thoughts. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, Keisha, you hit on some great points about generational curses, and it's all about a work in progress. And my favorite one is accountability that you touched on. It is so important to be accountable for your actions, realizing, what you've said or what you've done and how you fix it. It's a lot of people that's dealing with generational curses. Some know it, some don't. So, look at here. Look at here.
What's going on, Point Blank?
Yeah.
What's happening? How y'all doing? Great live.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm looking at myself kind of twice here because of y'all are streaming in two places, so that's cool.
Yeah, because we couldn't drop the mic. I mean, not the mic. We can't drop the link in vertical.
Okay. Well, it's a good topic here, man. Just thinking about generational curses. Y'all brought up some good points. I think one of the things that we say, get rid of the toxic people and the toxic stuff, but we need to get instead of getting rid of, get a positive mindset, get your own positive mindset. Once you start thinking for yourself, it's hard to listen to other people, especially when it's not right. Just because a person say I did or I went through or your grandfather went through it doesn't mean you have to go through it, male or female. So
exactly.
I have, believe it or not, all of my channels deal with breaking generational curses. The travel channel, Point Blank Travel, is about people getting out of their comfort zone of only being in their county, their city, their state, and maybe going to the next state or going to up north, down south, out west, wherever, or to a different country, or going on a cruise. And then you talk about money, then and investing, that's one of the biggest ones. And it's not necessarily stocks or big giant words. a lot of people won't even put money under a mattress or in a jar because they'll say, well, my mother or my father or whoever, my guardian didn't teach me that. Well, if you can Google how to ride a bike or how to get to Subway, then you can Google how to save a dollar. Where's the best place to save a dollar? And I think generational curses, they can be broken, and it's not going to take one person. It's not going to be the three people on the screen. It's not going to be everybody in the comments. It's going to start with a village, but it really starts with the individual. Do I want to change? Am I trying to change? Do I, just because, and this didn't happen to me, but I'm gonna use an example. Let's say my mom stayed in an apartment complex on subsidized housing and got public assistance. Just because I can say I was used to that doesn't mean I have to continue to be used to that. Yes, I went through that for 18 years, but do I want to do that? It's nothing wrong. She did that. Maybe she had to do that, but and I've never, growing up in Arkansas, I've never heard a parent that didn't say, I want my child to be better than me.
Right. Exactly.
So they're already telling you they want to see you do better. Now, a lot of people, when they say, oh, you don't need to worry about going to school, or, school going to cost a lot of money, a lot of times it's the fear they have.
Yes.
They were afraid to do it, and now they're instilling that fear into you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kizzy said a while ago, using the content creators, 100 subscribers, people are upset. Well, some people, believe it or not, they'll say it, but if my child get a degree and I didn't, I'm going to feel less than my child. No, you should be happy for your child.
You really should be. Yeah.
I want to see them do better. I won't. And each generation, if we say, hey, let's take what they said to heart, let's be better than the previous generation, there won't be necessarily a bunch of generational curses. That's just my 7 cents, because that was a lot of talking. But
that's true, though, Rod. That's true, and what a lot of what you're saying, like you said, it falls back to you, and that's back to what Keisha's point was. It's like accountability. You got to be the one to make the change. You got to break that cycle. And it's a song that I think about Jonathan McReynolds. It's called Cycles. You got to break that generational curse. You like that? You got to break that. You got to break it. And what he's saying is that you just doing the same thing that they did. You're doing the same thing over and over again. And you in the stuck in the rut. And you used a great example, Rod. Living in an apartment complex. I know people right now, their parents lived in the apartment complex. They live in the apartment complex. Not their parents, they live, and their children living in the same apartment complex. And it's like, okay, that's what my grandmama did. That's what my mama did. But don't you want better for yourself?
You're right, kids. It's two words that are synonymous with each other. More than two words, but breaking generational curses and fear. If usually something that you want to break, a bad habit, a generational curse, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Saving $1 when you only made $2 is hard. You're saving half your money. Going to college and being that first person in your family to do it, that's stress enough. But the end result, everything I face, I don't care how hard it is, how difficult it is. I see the finish line, I see the end zone, I see the slam dunk or the fence woman hit a home run. I see beyond what's right here, because what's right here is tough.
Yes.
If I'm playing football, I got 100 yards to get to the other end zone. It's going to be tough. But when I get to that 2-yard line, I'm going to look back and say, man, that wasn't enough.
Yeah. Right. And then you have to ask yourself, is it worth it?
Right.
When you make that change. I'm sorry, Keisha, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, is it worth it when you make that change? You got to ask yourself, is it worth it? So if I make this change, a lot of people don't like to do things hard because they're afraid, like you said, fear. But then ask yourself, when I finish this, am I going to be happy about it? Is it worth it? Was it worth my time? Was it worth my hard work and my efforts? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. And I know you were saying something about like one of the generational curses is, the people, they never, leave their town. And he's absolutely right. I know people that, everybody has never stepped foot outside of this town. They don't go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
My mom, my mom grew up in this town, my dad grew up in this town, my grandmama, but doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck and stagnant. You
Exactly.
can, choose to do better. And I'm like, and then another point you made was about the parents. I'm like you, every parent, especially me, I would like to see my child do way better than I ever did. You know,
Absolutely.
and hold on, and if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna make sure that she does better than me. I got her set up. Like I said it in another live, but when my dad passed, he didn't leave his kids anything. When my mom passes, it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. I wanted to leave my daughter something that my parents never left me.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad, when he died, I had to pay. I had to beg and borrow money at 22 to try to, put him in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and like I said, when I go, my daughter is gonna be very well off when I leave this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know how she's
And
gonna
see,
spend
that's
that while I'm
breaking.
here.
That's right there. What you just said, Keisha. That's breaking the generational curse.
Right.
She won't have to bury you. Not with her own money.
No.
She won't have to do it.
And she's gonna have some money to
live on afterwards.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Somebody said something in the comments. Indiana Funny Farm. See, I ran into my cousin at some random Arkansas gas station.
Oh, okay. So she's from Indiana. So she was saying, oh, I think it was when like we were talking about, you can run into people anywhere, pretty much.
Oh,
you were
yeah,
saying something
yeah.
about, don't think people don't, just because
See
you
you.
live outside of it, So
Yeah.
I think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because it might have been another conversation. Maybe I think.
Flipping it around, Keisha, flipping around what you said, some people may not want you to break that curse, but there are a lot of people that do want to see someone in the family break it. I know people want to live vicariously through other people, and it's usually the people that have fell trapped to the generational curse. I know my father was that dude that didn't want to leave the town at all.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom actually lived when I joined the Navy and went to California and started traveling. The questions I was getting, I was laughing, but then I thought about it and was like, man, she's never experienced this other than seeing another book. She was like, oh, you're in California. Do they really have palm tree? I'm like, yes, ma'am, they do. I'm looking at it right now. Are you in Japan? Is the sun brighter? It looks just like the same sun in Arkansas, Mom. I don't know. But she was really living through me breaking that cycle
Exactly.
of
Yes.
doing and going outside. But I didn't realize it. It took a little while, but I quickly realized. Then I would tell her, hey, I'm here, I'm over there, this is what I'm doing. Just she didn't have to ask. I started telling her. So
And then, like you said, right, she may have been afraid to do that, but she was happy to hear you do it so that she could, live that through you, like you said. Y'all, we got Cece in the house. Hey, Cece.
Okay, in the house.
And event yours in spirits. Hello.
What's going on, Tanya? Thank you for being here, both of you guys. Thanks.
And you brought another good point too, Keisha, that like people that this burying family members, and boy, that's one that's near and dear to my heart. That's one of the. I wasn't happy my father passed, but I was happy he had a way to pay for his burial because I really didn't know. Mm-hmm. And what I don't understand is, I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just being honest. The same people that will start a GoFundMe account is the same people that don't want to hear about life insurance or burial insurance.
Oh, you better preach.
You get on it then.
You better preach. Exactly. I sell life insurance, and my family, I try to get them all a policy because that's the thing. every time someone passed, you got to make fish plates and you got to take up money. And that's another generational curse because you can never have money when you constantly shoveling it out for everybody's funeral because these funerals are not cheap.
Hey, and that's it. We got on the go with YOLO. Hello, on the go with YOLO.
Hey,
And
YOLO. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
thank
being
you
here.
for being here. So
Oh,
Fatima makes a great point. When you change your life for the better, family will feel you're being funny acting or label you as fake or holy. Fatima, I can relate to what you're saying. I can relate to what you're saying. And because you want better for yourself, because you see further than where you lived, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing at all wrong with that. But they will label you like it is.
Well,
Yep.
now that
Think you
Tanya's
better
in here,
than everybody. Huh?
now that Tanya's in here, I want to say what Desmond said earlier. Fatima, if your family or anybody's family calling you fake because you want to do better, they have moved into the friends are thicker than molasses and blood is thinner than a one-ply tissue. And I don't use no one-ply. So you're gonna go over there somewhere. You can think I'm fake and you can stay over there where you stand, but I'm gonna be trying to better myself and better not only the generations that follow me, the generations that are still here, including your kids when you ain't looking.
Yeah. On the go with YOLO says, "Oh, I have family." Can
Who
you get it,
thinks?
Keisha? Can you
Yeah,
get?
who thinks I'm better than them? Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh
oh,
yeah.
if you're doing anything out of the normal, say they, because YOLO travels a lot, right? So if you're doing anything out of the normal that they can't do or that they're not
Oh, they
accustomed to
won't.
doing,
Yeah.
then they feel like you're acting funny. So, you're traveling all over the world. They can't, maybe afford it, or, you know, they may be afraid,
Yeah.
so, they're just putting their basic their traumas and their vices on you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
but Keisha, how many people,
Oh,
and I'm
that's a
thinking
good
I'm
one.
going back to Arkansas. I'm going way back to Arkansas. How many people spend so much money where they are that they could have been to travel the world twice? But they don't want to leave and go nowhere. They have the money and the means to do it and want to
Right.
be mad because you're doing it.
Right. Exactly. So Indiana Funny Farm says doing better. Go up to Keisha.
I'm trying to go back up. Wait a minute, where am I? Okay, I
Doing
see it. I
better
see it.
is a good thing. They should get up and try it, YOLO. That's right, exactly.
Yes.
Event Yours says the reason they do that is because they know family will chip in. But
Mhm.
she said, but me, you'll get cremated and a house get together if you didn't care. I don't care. Tanya, love it. If you didn't care, I don't care. That's
Okay.
how you feel
That's
about it.
it. They want to keep their money every month in their pocket, and they don't care how they get buried. I'm like, if you don't care how you get buried, you gonna burn.
Yep, that's right. Cece says, what about the poverty mentality?
Oh, let me go back.
Yeah, that's right below it.
Okay. Ooh, I went too far. Went too far. Okay. Did it show it?
We might need our what you call Rod? What you call Rod? Your favorite
I
moderator.
already took care
Somebody
of
in
it.
the chat.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
I should say, yeah, because
If you
have
see me looking off and stuff, I'm over here.
You over there handling the bed.
Yeah.
yeah,
All the moderators on the screen.
yeah, because we tripping. The poverty mentality. I'm looking over. Yeah, so we talked about that earlier. People trying to be like that. Have that mentality that they. Oh, it jumped again. Oh, that it's still on the screen, but I was looking at something else. But yeah, we talked about a little bit about that earlier about how people are and how they try to stay in that same mindset. I don't know, Rod. I think it's back.
Nah, it's just gonna stay in StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Locking the door. I don't know.
Yeah, that person's first letters AB, just ignore those.
Okay. Because I was wondering. Okay,
Yeah,
Yellow said right. Event Yours says, "Hey, I'm sorry." She winding down. Okay. Let's see, what did
Fatima.
Fatima say? Fatima said, yes, Keisha, family will try to project their beliefs onto you. Exactly. You shall
Mhm.
know what to say. Um, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Here go your husband talking.
He been cutting up tonight. One thing we gotta realize is that some human beings are your worst enemy. Not all
Hmm.
of them are, whether it's family or friends. Amen. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Poverty mindset is a great topic, CC.
Yes. Amen.
Mhm. Any event yours? Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
And we
Next
got
question.
who is that below it? A grateful heart. Hey, just asking for a friend, Nichols and
Where you,
Rod.
where you see
Hey,
my heart?
you just clicked off of it.
Did it?
Just yeah, it popped up. Hey, thank you for being here, Grateful Heart. We appreciate you.
Hey, Grateful Heart.
Oh, I see it. Hey, Grateful Heart. I guess you said you can still speak without looking at it. I was just trying to see what she said.
Indiana Funny Farm says, and the folks who work but feel like they have to spend every dime and be broke before payday. My
Hmm.
ex's family was like that. Yeah, yeah. Because they don't know how to manage their money, which is another form of generational curses
All
because
right.
they seen their family do that. They seen their parents or whoever did that. So
Mhm.
therefore they just learn what they live,
And
you know.
another generational curse is, so your mom and your dad, they always, you didn't know whether or not, if you came home, if the lights, were gonna work or not, if the lights were gonna be on, or if y'all were gonna get put out, or things like that. That's also a generational curse, because their kids will grow up doing the same thing, not paying
Hmm.
bills, get constantly
Hmm.
getting put out,
Yeah.
not having running water, not having the basic necessities.
That's right. You sure right. I know a family that's like that. Their their parents passed on. They were like that.
Mhm.
You know, it's a small town that we lived in. So of course you seen when the light man pulled up in a certain truck and went up the pole, you knew what was about to happen. And it had got to be just a normal routine for that family. And you would see him pull up and they turn them off, back in the day. And look, 30 days later, 28 days, 30 days later, it was the same thing again. And then the children lived that same life. They never kept their lights on. Grateful
Right.
Heart says so very true, Keisha and kids, that part. Yes,
Yeah, but
yes.
then you know what? It could be a flipper, because for the simple fact that, because my dad, he smoked, he drank, he gambled, he pretty much had like every addiction under the sun. I chose not to be like him. So maybe their kids will be like, hey, when I grow up, I'm not going to be like my mom. I'm not going to be like my dad. My
Yes,
kids are not going to have to come home and wonder if they can turn their lights on and
yes.
off. My kids are not going to have to worry about coming home and they friends and stuff seeing, getting out the school bus and they
Yeah,
friends
that's
seeing
embarrassing.
all their stuff out on the curve, and
Hmm.
so it just depends on that person, because some of them will sit there and they will compete, com- you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
repeat the cycle, and then
yeah,
some. What were you gonna say, right?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh
I'm
no,
listening.
okay. And then some of them will stop it right there and be like, no, not my kids. My kids will never have to.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm looking at Indiana Funny Farms comment.
Okay.
She's saying the folks who work would feel like they have to spend every dime and be
Where?
broke before payday. My ex's family was like that. And
Yeah, I
I'm
read that.
actually have a Indiana Funny Farm. I have a that I'm going to be doing on my investing channel, probably alive. And I totally agree with you saying. Sometimes I think people work so hard, and then with the income they make, and I know we're supposed to do what we can with what we make, but I thought about the people that go out there and work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and every dollar they make go toward bills or living or groceries or whatever, and they never really get to enjoy any of their money. Yet they work, and I think when they get just a little bit of extra money or they get paid, I've lived payday to payday. When I first joined the Navy, I'd get paid on the first and the 15th, and I promise you I was broke by the 5th and the 20th because uh,
No, well, no, no. Go ahead, finish. I
no,
thought.
go ahead.
No, no, no. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Okay.
I wasn't, but I am.
Well, and I think what she's saying is they're broke because they are out there, you know what I'm saying, balling out of control. But in your case, you're saying that you just had enough. Some people, they sit there and they say, "Oh, I live paycheck to paycheck," but they got like tags and boxes and stuff everywhere. You know, that's
I
not
get
living
what she's
paycheck.
saying. She like kids that say managing your money. You have
Yeah,
to
they're not managing their money. You know that when you get paid, you probably got after gas, every bill comes out. You probably got a dry $100 that's gonna hold you to the next pay period. Okay, you can't take that dry $100 and then think you finna be on Amazon with the truck pulling up every 5 minutes because that's not how that work.
So I
You know,
wanted
you
to
have to live according. What you say?
I'm sorry. I wanted to touch on something before we go back to the chat too. I didn't mean to cut you off. If you were saying, what gives, and I'm not asking y'all this, but I'm posing this to everybody. What gives you that push to say, nope, not gonna be me? What gives you that extra heart, that extra drive, that extra whatever to say, nope, not gonna be me. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna drink all night. I'm not gonna be getting drunk. Not just that, but whatever that curse is from the past, from your family or your whomever that raised you or whatever. What gives you that push? Like you said, Keisha, my daughter ain't gonna bury me, not out of her pocket.
No, not at all.
What makes you stand on that? And I think that's something that we need to talk about, because that's something that the people need to hear, because somebody is dealing with this. It may not be in the chat, maybe on the replay, but somebody is dealing with this, right? Mm-hmm. What gives us that push? And I want y'all to answer in the chat too, if y'all want to, that says, nope, I'm not going to be that smoker. Nope, I'm not going to be that cursor. Nope, I'm not going to be that drug addict, or whatever. You fill in the blank. You know, for me, I was like, that's it. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to be that person.
Right.
And I know it starts with you. It starts with you, and I'm pointing at me. But what gives you that? That's what people need right there. That's what somebody needs to know. What gives you that push?
Well, hold on. First of all, let me give a disclaimer, because what I'm talking about is addictions. So you can have a drink and not be an alcoholic.
Absolutely.
You can have, some people socially smoke, like they have cigars and things like that. You know, and what I'm talking about is smoking drugs. I'm talking about crack cocaine. Is what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just want to get that disclaimer first.
Yeah, it's not this is not a judging situation either. You know, we said that in the beginning, but we know some people that came in since then. This is not a judging situation. This is things for people that are really going through these kind of things.
Right. But what makes me be like that is because I never wanted my child to have to hide their money from me because I had a problem. If you know that your parents had addictive mind, then you're not too far down the line. Like, it's sometimes if you know that, hey, I may be, not even saying that you're weak or anything like that, but I don't even want to put myself in a position where I got to find out if I'm strong or if I'm weak, So I just chose not to. I chose not to drink. I chose not to do any type of recreational drug, because even my dad has said that some stuff are gateways to other drugs. Mm-hmm. It's just an opinion. I don't know, because I ain't never did it. Right. But what were you finna say?
To answer Kizzy's question, what do we do what makes you not want to do that, not want to be stuck in that generational curse? And I like what Event Yours said, and I'm going to address that in the same sentence. But for me, there's a song that I listened to, and it said, my parents didn't have nothing, so that started with me. It's got to start somewhere. And when I looked around where I grew up, everyone seemed stressed. And I knew I didn't want to spend my life, whether it was X amount of years, being stressed. So that alone made me want to try my best, not knowing whether I was going to make it or not, but at least try to live a better life and relieve as much of the stress as I could. Now, what Tanya's saying,
we need to go up there too. Let's go up to.
I don't see where Tanya said. What did she say?
we got to go see what Grateful Heart is. We need to come down from that point because it's a couple of more above that. We kind of behind on it a little bit.
Okay. Good. Can you see the chat, Rod?
Yeah, that's what I was about.
Okay, yeah. If you can see it, just go ahead on and read it off because I don't even know
The issue. Well, which one are you talking about?
You said something about what Tanya said.
Yeah, the issue is there's no wealth in certain cultures. They can't leave a legacy because they don't have enough to enjoy their life and leave a legacy. It takes generations to do that, and that's one thing I say in certain cultures, and I know exactly what Tanya and Timmy are talking about. In certain cultures, we don't even. It takes generations. A lot of people today are living off what 2 generations ago left. They're living, but where does it start in certain cultures? Do we wait? It from what I've seen, it just keeps saying, well, and I just said that's why I'm addressing what Tanya said. It started with me. So hopefully my generation below me, my family, my daughters, my grandchildren, they'll know and have this instilled in them, but it has to start somewhere. But if they don't know and they don't have enough money to leave a legacy or to put anything away, it's like they're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm. All right, so right below, and you're right, Rod, right below Grateful Heart, Desmond says you can fix your mouth. There it is. You can fix your mouth and say anything. You'll be surprised at how rent-free some of us be living in other people. I think he said heads, all because they're jealous and want what a lot of us have. Yeah. Lisa, that's so true, Desmond. Lisa J. Stocks. Hey, thank you for being here.
I didn't see Desmond's. I was way down. Mine had jumped.
Right. Yeah, I was like, how's he? Because I didn't see Tanya's comment, and it was. You were trying to tell me it was below Grateful Hearts.
Yeah. So Grateful Heart says, I'm trying daily to break those cycles with my nieces and nephews. Okay. Yeah, I thought that's what you were saying when you had I refused earlier. Yeah. And look, Grateful Heart, just keep trying. Okay. That's why Keisha chose this here, because we need to have these kind of conversations. These are very important conversations to have, because no family is perfect and nobody is perfect. And this is just a way to talk about it and get ideas. And you don't even have to say, whatever. You can just take the ideas, take the comments, take what we say on the panel, and then take it back with you in your heart and work on it. I mean, that's all you can do to be a better you. And you don't even have to express it to nobody. It's your own personal, but at the same time, we have to, work on us. Desmond says Omar Cunningham was talking about check to check in one of those songs. Go on to the next one. On the go with YOLO, say, I don't want to live like that.
Oh, wait a minute. It jumped on me. I'm sorry, y'all.
She said, I don't want to live like that. Right. And I understand what she's saying. I think we was talking about from check to check at that time. And then she says, I've watched one witness my family suffer and I refuse. I think that's what it says.
That's a good one, Kizzy, because sometimes you can see enough and just say, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah,
so I think that's what Keisha was saying, with her father. And I know I put myself as a young man in some bad situations. And I guess I was just checking it out to see if I wanted to live the opposite of what I'm living now. And that alone pushed me to say, nah, this isn't cool. I chose to stay with my father when he was a drug addict when I was 18, because I could do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't have to do or follow my mother's rules. But the way he was living, I was like, I don't know about this. This ain't really a good idea. So I was willing, like what they're saying in the comments, I was willing to say, hey, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go over here and follow some rules, follow some discipline, but I'm going to have a better outcome in the end.
Yeah. Eventuous, I think this is the one you read, Rod?
Yeah.
Okay.
We already addressed it.
And
YOLO said correct.
Correct, yeah.
And then, hold on one second. I apologize, y'all. I'm not very good with the comments.
Desmond says, my family is known for drinking. We were some heavy drinkers. When I met Kizzy 16 years ago, I used to drink sun up to and down and sundown. Had liquor at that, smoking too, and he did. He did. And again, this is not saying something is wrong with that, but what he's saying is that his family was doing that, so he learned he was doing what his family did, and he broke the generational curse. That's what he's saying.
What I like about that, Kizzy, the key words in that is when I was, all past tense.
Yeah, exactly.
All past.
Exactly. All right. Homesteader, Archie. Is that right? Rachel. No,
Rachel.
Homesteader Rachel. The thought of being homeless kept me focused in life. No, I never been homeless, nor was my family. The thought of it, though,
Right.
the thought of it was enough to keep your drive pushing. And on the go with YOLO says that part, Rod. Event Yours said depends on how things impact you. That determines whether you repeat it or rebuke it. Amen. Amen. And that's what I was trying to get. The Grateful Heart says, I don't want to feel like I felt growing up, but it was my auntie talking to church and learned my faith and how he kept me to just keep pushing and always put $1 away for a rainy day. That's true, a Grateful Heart. That is so true. I'm sorry that I was reading it but that is so true. You are right. And back to what Tanya said before we go to the next one. It depends on how things impact you. That determines, and that's the truth. So how it hits you, how deep it hits you. Because some people can say one thing, and before they know it, they done slip right on into that same old. But it's how, like she said, it's how it impacts you. It's how bad it looks to you that it makes you don't want to do it. It's that bad feeling that you get on the inside that says, no, no, indeed, I'm not doing that. I'm just, it don't even look good on you, and you just like, I can't do it. I'm just not. Some people do different things in life and they don't never look in the mirror. And they look in that mirror one day. And I know this was a real thing. What's love got to do with it? When Tina looked in that mirror that time, it changed the whole thing. She never really looked at it until she seen it like life's mirror. And then everything changed for her. So it's that drive that's inside of you that says, I'm not doing that no more. Mr. Nichols says, I wanted to change and do better because of my family, my wife and children. I had to realize that life wasn't just about me anymore. Always intoxicated and making everybody else's life miserable. Amen. Amen. Grateful Heart says, yes, Event Yours. And Jerry says, where my grateful heart? Where my grateful heart? Hey, sugar. Grateful Heart says, yes, Miss Keys, is so very important. Yeah, that's what you got to have, that drive. And that don't mean you're gonna have it that day, y'all. That means you gotta have it for life, because you could slide, like I say, right back into it. Mr. Nichols says, having attitudes with everyone, going off for no reason. Right. I was an evil man at once upon a time in my life. Lord, look at the new me. I love and want to see everybody become successful. It changes your whole heart.
Right.
Hey, can I touch on something that Mr. Nichols said in the preview? You don't have to go back to it. I'm looking at it, but he said that what was it at right here? He said he didn't want to. I had it right here. Yeah. He was looking out for his family and friends. And I think a lot of time people don't break this generational curse, or curse says plural, because it's selfish. We're looking, and I'm speaking for myself, we are only thinking about us, but if there are other people involved, and you think about what you're doing, I'm speaking to Rod right now, I'm speaking to on the live, but if you think about what you're doing and how it's impacting, that's what Desmond's saying right here. It impacts everybody around you, but for some reason you're over here cool. You thinking everything you're doing is cool, and everybody around you that's looking at you are miserable. Number one, because they don't even want to see you like that.
Exactly.
They don't even want to see you in that frame of mind, how you're talking, how you're moving, going off on people. Like, man, I done did all of that. Everything Desmond's saying. But I got this head on tonight that's deep. Do it. Do it sounds harder, but nothing that you accomplish is going to be easy. It's going to take some work.
That is so true. That's all I know. That's all I knew growing up. Thinking me growing up, drinking, smoking, and listening to the blues. That was it.
Right.
If you say I grew up around an environment that was surrounded with drugs, drug dealers, hookers, and irresponsible family members. Technically, I am not supposed to be here. My God.
You are like a success story because I don't think you're none of that. Well, I know you're not.
There's probably a lot of success stories right here in these comments. There's a lot of people that grew up like that and made that choice. Like Tanya has said earlier, either we repeat it or we rebuke it.
Rebuke it. Yeah, that's right. And I'm glad that Tanya said that because that's that drive that she had in her to say, not me. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Gary Allen says, what pushes me to want to stop cussing is as I grew in Christ and hear others cuss, especially with the GD word, I feel it's disrespectful and I'm pleasing to God. I think she meant like unpleasing to God. Amen.
You know what I was saying earlier, kids, about cursing like a sailor. I'm a real life sailor. I was in the Navy and was all y'all described earlier. And one of my biggest fears was when I got out of the Navy, because there was nothing to go to a formal meeting and F-bombs being dropped all over the place. Then I got a job in the car industry where it was strictly customer service and you couldn't cuss. But sometimes we have to find what motivates us to want to do better. And the checks that I was getting, I stopped cursing real quick.
It's a funny thing about that money.
I can curse and be broke. I can not curse and have some money. So it's an easy choice.
All right. Mr. Nichols says, nobody has encouraged me to be more than what I used to be and wanted more for me, like Mrs. Nichols. Thank you, baby. Event Yours says, but the Lord blessed me with a godmother, and through her prayers, that hedge of protection surrounded me, and none of that touched me. Amen. Amen. And that falls back to what you said, Keisha, about having that faith. It's a mixture of things that you gotta kind of put in there. And it was nothing but God. It didn't happen by coincidence that she had a godmother that helped her. That was God's grace. Amen. Roger, you was about to say something?
No. I got to quit moving. I just be looking over here because I'm like everybody else. These letters really small from what I see.
They are.
That's why Keisha can
read them.
Right. Event George says, so here I am. So when people see my glory and think it was easy, I smile because they don't know my story. Glory. All right, Tanya. You're gonna make me do it. I guess I don't. She says, I guess I don't.
Let me go back. I'm sorry. I thought you were done reading it.
Well, while you're doing that, touching on what Tanya just said, people, and I've said it on several of my live streams, it's easy to look at the cover of a book and make a judgment. Man, Tanya got it going on, Keisha got it going on, the Nichols got it going on, Rod got it going on. But you got to look at all the pages in between those two covers. You don't know what a person did to get where they are. What trials, tribulations, obstacles, drugs, prostitution, family members doing drugs. All of that stuff could have come into play. And you don't think, though, they just fell out the Huxtable household and landed in a 2 or 3 story house. And that's not how it happened. Usually, most of the people that are successful now, most that look like me, have a story that wasn't so beautiful.
Amen. Oh, and she said, I guess I don't look like what I've been through. Amen. Praise the Lord for that. I know this ain't an inspiration thing, but I just had to say that. I got to give him the glory. Grateful Heart says, hard work, Rod. On the go with YOLO is putting up praying hands Indiana Funny Farm says rebuke.
Mhm.
Rebuke. Amen. Grateful. I can't see that. Grateful Heart says, even now, Rod, at 50 years on a daily, sir. That's right. And I just said that, it's not like you just gonna do that and then walk away and then for the rest of my life. No, you gotta work on that daily, because if you don't, you could slip. You could ease. Some people don't, but you can. You can slip. So it's a work in progress every day. All right, so we dropping it again. We dropping the mic for somebody else. I know we can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm
I
gonna
think we
drop
about
down.
okay, because I think we're about to close it off. Because I don't.
Yeah. Let me get on to the bottom. Thank you, Rod, for being
Thank
on with
you
us
so much
today.
for
We
coming.
appreciate
Thank
you.
y'all for
Thank
having.
you.
Well, y'all
You're welcome.
forced me now. Thank y'all. I had about this. This topic could go on for hours, and y'all
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
did a
because I got
phenomenal.
more bullet points. But
Y'all did
Mm-hmm.
a great job. So much love.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all for having me.
Thank you.
All
thank
right.
you so much.
And we're gonna go and try to clear them down a little bit further.
Okay.
Mr. Nichols say, I understand where you're coming from, Miss Tanya. And Grateful Heart says, yes, Mother Geraldine. Okay, she's talking to Jerry. All right. Grateful Heart said, laughing at Rod. And then On the Go with YOLO says, I can remember one of my relatives asking me why I didn't have any babies, or when was I going to. I was in my early 20s. Um, I I'm her number one. I don't want any. Well, she said, for number one, I don't want any. And number two, do you see a ring on my finger? No. And see, that's a generational curse that's broken too, because a lot of people have children at such a young age and before they're in, like, and it just keep going and going and going. So that's a good point, Yolo. Thank you for that comment too. Uh, a Grateful Heart says yes, Kizzy. Event Yours is putting up the heart, and Indiana Funny
Can
Farm
you see?
said
Okay, it didn't come up.
the hearts didn't come up.
No, Indiana funny form.
Says, there you go. There you two go being
Oh,
too
cute
cute for
again.
any vehicle.
There you go. I'm sorry, y'all.
A Grateful Heart says yes.
Miss Tanya, real testimony behind the phone, and then got the
Mm-hmm.
friend hands up.
Yes. And then On the Go with YOLO say, that's right, Tanya. You don't know a person's story. Many of us have suffered and people would never know. Show right. You show right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A Grateful Heart says, love this. Love this. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate y'all for being
Yeah,
here.
we appreciate y'all being here.
Mr. Nichols says, that's why I try my best not to judge a person. We have a tendency to point fingers at others, but don't realize that three of those fingers are pointing right back at you. That's so true. Event Yours says facts, Grateful and YOLO. And Grateful says yes. Indiana Funny Farm says, great live, folks. It really could go on and on. Yes, it
Right.
could. Yeah. So, I personally would like to thank Keisha. I know that both of us are on this platform together, but I would like to thank my sister, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have met all of you, because I met Indiana Funny Farms, and then I met Keisha, and then Keisha introduced me to so many other people. So because of her sweetheart and her kindness, she brought me along, y'all. She did not let me fall by the wayside. She was like calling people saying, hey, y'all know the Nichols, this the Nichols, So I appreciate you, Keisha, and I thank you for doing what you have done for us for all of this time on YouTube. And I wanted to say that publicly from me and Mr. Nichols. And I think he's finna say something. Watch it, y'all, because
Oh, he's coming. Here you go. Hey.
we appreciate you. We appreciate everything. Rod says, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you receive something from this conversation. Yes. On the Go with YOLO says,
Hold
this
on.
was good.
Yeah. Thank you. She hate that she was late. I
To
apologize.
hate that she was late. Yeah, that's okay. You came in right on time. And then Rod said, you ladies did a great job. Thank you, Rod. So, Keisha, It's in your hands now. Whatever you want to
All
do,
right,
however
you
you
guys.
want to do it.
So I just want to say that this is a new series. I guess y'all said quit coming up with new ones. But this is a new series. It's called Two Truths, One Mic. And that is featuring me and Kizzy Nichols from Nichols
Yes.
Journey. And this week is on my channel. And just like with the classroom,
Classroom.
next week it will be on Mrs. Kizzy Nichols' channel, The Nichols Journey. So please, you guys, right? I know you don't work for me, but can you please drop Miss Nichols? Can you drop her channel in the chat? Thank you, Shamika. You
Yes,
still in
Tamika
here
says,
with us?
awesome live, ladies. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all for participating. We appreciate y'all. And hopefully we can bring y'all more and more great topics, things that we can talk about like this that will spark your interest and keep y'all going and talking about good things. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all that's in here.
Yes. Hold on. I was waiting on him.
There it goes. Fatima say great topic and great live. Thank you, Fatima. We appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate you coming, Fatima. She always got some good comments in the chat.
Yes, yes. Rod say it will be my pleasure.
Well, I
I'm gonna
appreciate
go with
you.
YOLO, say good night.
What did he say?
If I'm a mod, I work for you.
Well, thank you.
And
My
Mr. Booker says, wonderful, wonderful job. Oh, these letters are so little, especially when they type a lot. Wonderful job to you both. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you all. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the support. God bless you all. We still have to keep him first. Amen.
yes,
Indiana Funny Farm says that was so sweet. Event Yours says this was a pleasant way to end my night, and I'm about to turn over and head off to sleep. Good night, ladies. Good night. Good night.
good night, Tanya. Appreciate you coming. You
Thank
and this yellow.
Yes, thank you all. We're glad that y'all enjoyed it too. Grateful Heart says, please do Miss Kids and Keisha more, more, more. Yes, we coming with more.
Yes, like I said, next week we're gonna be on Miss Nichols' channel, The Nichols Journey, and this right here is the link. So if you guys want to see more on both channels, you're gonna have to hit that link to go over there to Mrs. Nichols' channel, which is The Nichols Journey, and it will be on hers. And we will be doing this every Thursday at 7:35.
Yes. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful night. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. See you next Thursday, 7:35.
Bye.
Later.